Hey everybody, I'm Jason Scheuer, Best Tex Contracting, and as you can see in the background here, you can see we've got our air barrier up behind me. This is up on the gable, so that's the roof rafters there, because those are the ceiling joists where the drywall is going to be hung. Again, we're bringing this attic into conditioned space, and if you look behind me over here on this one, you can see that the gable end is not completely taken care of yet. Behind me, we will finish up that gable end and get the complete Intello Plus air barrier. Now, this product is purchased at 475 Building Supply, which is all this material is basically manufactured in Germany, and we have warehouses here across the nation that supply us our materials. So let me show you what we're actually doing, how we're applying this product with staples on all the studs, and then we're taping all the seams to give it a nice tight air barrier and making the whole material monolithic. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, as we're going through, this is the kitchen area here. So in this kitchen, you'll have the sink. You can see the plumbing stub outs down below and the countertop over here. But as you can see, around all of our outlets, okay, around our windows, and we tie that right around the corner on that window. See that? Nice and tight. When we do blower door tests on this, you're going to see that our blower door number, our air infiltration, exfiltration goes down. We don't want a bunch of air coming and going out of our buildings once we start making them airtight. So remember, this thing is on, there's a crawl space down underneath this old tongue and groove 1x4 spacing material. This house used to end right there at that line. There's probably an original 2-bedroom, which this would have been a bedroom. This would have been the common bathroom, and this would have been the other bedroom in here. Okay. Now, as the years go on, because this house is over 100 years old, it's been added on to. So a lot of things have been done to this piece of property that makes it more desirable for someone to buy, right? So people add on. They tried to make it more state-of-the-art, and then they still have the same amount of air leaks and moisture issues that come with it, due to we still have to insulate those old exterior walls. But with our blue wrap on the outside, let me take you out there real quick. With our airtight, watertight Adhero 3000, again, 475 Building Supply, along with taping all the windows and the corners where we found leaks. So we had to tape those due to this window, each flange to nail it is separate. So there's 4 flanges on this window, which left these corners open. And so it was very difficult to get in there and make that corner airtight, so we had to come in and use our same material as this, just in a liquid applied form. We painted it on with a paintbrush, made it airtight. We check and measure with a blower door test. As you can see up in here, this area here is attached to the house. Let's take a look at that. We showed you another video. It was basically leaking right through this original 1x6 roof space sheathing. So what we did, we ran the blower door and we air sealed all of these nooks and crannies and stopped over 90% of the leakage coming in from that outdoor porch, due to the fact is the original builder, or when they were remodeling this home, they never put the proper materials up there to make the whole building airtight. So we ended up doing it ourselves in here. Good. So, again, what we're trying to achieve here is a very airtight residence. The more airtight it is, the less energy it needs to run for heating and cooling. But let's show you some other things that we've got going on here. Let me finish the room addition side of things on this house, okay? So as before, I was showing you that this is the old 2-bedroom, right? 1-bath part of the house that ended right there at that line. Somebody probably 30, 40 years ago added this addition in here. So you can kind of see it. It goes from there over. And then this was added, okay? So this used to be the house up until probably a year ago. Then the new owners came in and they added this room addition over here. So it's a good sized room addition. It gives them a laundry / equipment room, an office or another bedroom. If you put a closet in here, it would be a bedroom. And then over on this side of the house, you've got your master suite. So this is going to be a walk-in closet in here. Here's your ensuite bath situation. You've got a sink. You've got your toilet. You've got your walk-in shower that will be professionally waterproofed. Good size shower, by the way. But you can see how our papers, our airtight layer is going to go. It's going to go push up, but it's going not to attach to here. It's going to attach to here instead. Okay, we're insulating the roof rafters. So, in that case, as you see this radiant barrier, it is not necessary. If something is in contact with that radiant barrier, it does not work. So the only thing in contact with that radiant barrier is every 2 foot on center or 16 on center at this location. You just got the 1 by or the 2 by. So 1.5 inches every 16 inches, not bad. But if it's touching completely, then it doesn't really work. We also have to add fire sprinkler systems in here, as you see. So we got all the fire sprinkler systems. That is code now for LA County in a fire area. You have to have fire sprinklers. So even on an interior wall, look at what we got here. Air sealing techniques. Air sealing techniques at all of our junctions of where our lines are communicating. That way we seclude them to certain bays. But the crew here is doing a pretty good job of getting everything done. It is a little bit time consuming, and it takes a little bit of knowledge to know what you're doing to get things right. But we're on our way. The next step will be once they finish this, we'll come in and we'll start dense packing the walls and the roof to make this a super airtight, super insulated home. All right. So again, I'm Jason Scheuer, Best Tex Contracting, and we specialize in deep energy retrofits, new construction towards passive house standards, and pretty much everything in between. We really want to focus on deep energy retrofits, which that is what this is. This is like a gut rehab, right? Everything's completely stripped down. We install plywood on the outside. We get our vapor barrier on the outside. We get our air barrier on the inside. We get a dense pack with cellulose, and then we can come in with finish. We'll also be tackling the crawl space and putting a vapor barrier down in the dirt. We'll also show you that once we start that. All right, thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe at Best Tex Contracting. Thank you very much.